What if I told you the greatest enemy in your life isn't your boss, isn't your past, isn't your financial situation, it isn't even the people who have hurt you. The greatest enemy is the voice inside your own mind, the one that whispers, "You're not good enough. You're going to fail. They're judging you. Things will never get better." And the frightening part is, most people believe every word that voice says. They spend years fighting battles that never existed, losing sleep over problems that never happen, destroying today's peace because of tomorrow's imagination. The Stoics understood something thousands of years ago that modern psychology continues to confirm today. Your suffering rarely comes from reality. It comes from the stories your mind creates about reality. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire filled with wars, betrayal, disease, and uncertainty. Yet he wrote, "Your mind will take the shape of what you frequently hold in thought." He knew that the greatest victory wasn't conquering nations. It was conquering the mind. Today, you're about to learn 6 Stoic steps that can silence negative thinking before it controls your life. Stay until the final step, because it is the one principle that ties everything together. Once you understand it, you'll never look at your thoughts the same way again. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Wisdom Unbounding World. If you're tired of overthinking, if you're exhausted from anxiety, if you're ready to stop being controlled by your own thoughts, then let's begin. Step 1. Realize that thoughts are not facts. The biggest mistake people make is believing every thought that appears in their mind. A negative thought arrives, and immediately, they accept it as truth. I'll fail. I'm not attractive. No one respects me. My future is hopeless. But Epictetus taught one of Stoicism's greatest lessons. It is not events that disturb us. It is our opinions about those events. Think about clouds. Clouds pass across the sky. Some are bright, some are dark, but none of them become the sky itself. Your thoughts work exactly the same way. Negative thoughts are simply visitors, not permanent residents. The moment you stop identifying with them, they begin losing their power. The next time your mind says, "I'm not good enough," pause. Ask yourself, is this a proven fact or just a passing thought? That single question can interrupt hours of unnecessary suffering. Step 2. Stop predicting the worst. The human mind has a strange habit. It loves writing disaster stories. You send a message. They don't reply. Immediately, your mind creates 10 terrible explanations. You make one mistake at work. Now you're imagining losing your career. One headache, and suddenly you're convinced something terrible is happening. Seneca warned about this centuries ago. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Think about how many nights you've spent worrying, only to discover everything turned out perfectly fine. Most fears never become real, yet they steal real peace. Whenever your mind predicts disaster, replace the question, "What if everything goes wrong?" with, "What if everything works out better than I expect?" Both questions imagine the future. Only one gives you peace. Step 3. Control what you can. Negative thinking often begins when we obsess over things outside our control. Other people's opinions, the economy, the weather, the past, the future. Stoicism simplifies life with one powerful rule. Separate what you control from what you don't. You control your effort, your attitude, your discipline, your character. Everything else, you learn to release. Imagine carrying a backpack filled with rocks. Each rock represents something you cannot control. Eventually, the weight becomes unbearable. The Stoics simply remove the rocks. Ask yourself every time anxiety appears, can I actually control this? If yes, take action. If no, practice letting it go. Peace begins where unnecessary control ends. Step 4. Feed your mind better thoughts. Your mind is like a garden. Leave it unattended. Weeds grow automatically. Fill your day with negativity, and negative thinking becomes natural. Endless bad news, social media arguments, complaints, comparison, drama. Soon, your mind starts speaking the same language. Marcus Aurelius carefully chose what he allowed into his thoughts, because he knew whatever repeatedly enters the mind eventually becomes the mind. Ask yourself, what are you feeding your brain every day? Instead of scrolling for another hour, read wisdom, listen to something inspiring, spend time with people who elevate your thinking. Small daily inputs create lifelong beliefs. Protect your mind like you would protect your home. Step 5. Train yourself to be present. Negative thinking rarely lives in the present moment. It lives in yesterday, Or tomorrow, you replay embarrassing moments, past failures, old regrets, or you fear things that haven't happened yet. Meanwhile, the present quietly disappears. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself, confine yourself to the present. Look around you. Right now, take one slow breath. Notice the room. Notice your heartbeat. Notice the ground beneath your feet. In this exact moment, most of your fears don't exist. Life is happening here, not inside imaginary futures. Whenever your thoughts begin racing, bring your attention back. Again and again, this simple habit becomes mental strength. Step 6. Build a stronger identity than your thoughts. This may be the most important lesson. Negative thoughts become powerful only when they define who you believe you are. You think, I'm weak, so you stop trying. I'm unlucky, so you stop taking opportunities. I'm broken, so you stop growing. The Stoics refused to let thoughts become identity. They focused on actions instead. Every disciplined action says, I am becoming stronger. Every act of courage says, I am growing. Every moment of self-control says, I am not controlled by my emotions. Identity isn't created by thinking. It's created by living. Stop asking, what do I feel? Start asking, what would my strongest self do next? Then, do exactly that. One action at a time. Eventually, your actions become your character, and your character becomes stronger than any negative thought. Negative thinking will never disappear completely. Even Marcus Aurelius had difficult days. Even Seneca struggled. Even the strongest minds experienced doubt. The difference was that they refused to let those thoughts become their master. Remember this. Your mind is a tool, not your ruler. You don't have to believe every thought. You don't have to chase every fear. You don't have to carry every worry. Each day, you have a choice. You can feed fear, or you can feed wisdom. One decision, repeated consistently, can completely transform your life. The Stoics didn't become mentally strong overnight. They became strong. One thought, one decision, one day at a time. And so can you. If this video helped you see your mind differently, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear these Stoic lessons, and subscribe to Wisdom Unbounding World for more practical wisdom that helps solve modern-day problems through Stoicism. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 6 Stoic steps do you struggle with the most? And what negative thought are you determined to overcome starting today? Share your answer in the comments below. Remember, the quality of your life will always follow the quality of your thoughts. Until next time, stay calm, stay disciplined, and keep unbounding your wisdom.